James Shelby here, owner of the Shelby Sold Real Estate Team right here in the Temecula Murrieta Valley. We're gonna go over some of the most expensive sales and active listings right here in the Murrieta Temecula Valley right now. Hey, if you are getting a lot of knowledge and a lot of value out of this, if you don't mind, help me out, help the almighty algorithm, hit the subscribe button for me there, like, subscribe, and hey, maybe share it with a friend if you're seeing something cool on here. If you are going to be thinking of moving to the Temecula Murrieta area or anywhere in Riverside County for that matter, whether it's 30, 60, 90 days, maybe a year from now, reach out to us, reach out to me. All my information's below. We would love to help you out. I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people buy and sell real estate here in the Temecula Murrieta Valley. You could be next. All right, so today we're going to be looking at some of the most expensive sales in the Temecula Murrieta area. For the Temecula area, the average price point is right around that $600,000 mark. So for Southern California, Temecula Murrieta area is very affordable, especially for all the things you get in the area. So you've got the wineries, top ranked schools, well put together master plan communities. For what you get for the price, you really can't find a better place in Southern California for everything you get for the amount of money you spend on a home. There's very few places that can really compare to how just awesome it is to live here in the valley. But with that being said, we're gonna take a look at some of the more expensive homes and estates that have sold or are actively on the market right now. Just to give you an idea, if you've got the money to spend and maybe you're looking for something grandiose, you're looking for a bigger home, a huge mansion, if you were to take some of these homes that we're gonna look at and put them in San Diego, Los Angeles, or Orange County, these might be $20, $30 million homes. Out here, you're gonna find that they're a little bit more affordable, but again, they're still on the, I guess, expensive side of what we're looking at for homes in the area. So compared to, you know, your average price point. So we're gonna start here with a couple of homes that have sold in one of the more prestigious areas of the Murrieta Temecula Valley, and this is called La Cresta. So you've really got, I'd say, 3 to 4 different areas of Temecula Murrieta Valley where you're gonna find some of the really higher priced homes. You're gonna have Duluth, which is kind of in this area here, up in the canyons. Duluth Canyon stretches between Fallbrook and Temecula. So it kind of connects that Riverside San Diego border there. Duluth is on each side of the counties. So half of Duluth is in Riverside County, half is in San Diego County. You've got La Cresta over here, which is in Marietta, up in the hills. You've got a lot of really expensive homes up there as well. And in both of these areas, you're gonna find these areas to be kind of more mountainous, a lot of vegetation and trees. La Cresta, I would say, is a little bit more dry. There's not quite as much vegetation. As you start going south towards Duluth, you're gonna find that there's a lot more different types of vegetation. It's a little more like jungle, especially as you start getting more to San Diego County. You start to see it's a little bit greener. And then you've got over here, you've got wine country. So this is where you're gonna find many of Temecula's wineries over here in wine country. This is another pretty expensive area for, you know, Temecula Murrieta. This is gonna be another area that is considered high end, I guess you could say. That's more flat than Duluth or La Cresta. There's still some hills, rolling hills, but it's not quite like a mountainous region. Again, it's a little more dry in that area. And then you've got some neighborhoods sprinkled throughout Murrieta and Temecula that have homes that reach over that, you know, $1 million mark. You got Santiago Estates, you got Millionaires Row over in Marietta. But we're gonna be focused on the highest sales within the last year. So let's go over to La Cresta. So this is Marietta. You've got a home here, $4.6 million. This property is located, like I said, in La Cresta. We'll take a look at some of the photos here. This was 5,258 square feet. This is only on the market for 27 days. And we'll just take a look at some of the pictures. You got more of like a modern mansion here, modern finishes, really, really nice home. You can see that it overlooks the La Cresta kind of canyon area there with an infinity pool. Really, really nice home. And this was situated on, let me see here, looks like almost 11 acres that this property sat on. Really nice property, and $4.6 million can get you a property just like this. Built in 2019, so almost a brand new home. And it actually sold for $600,000 over their $4 million asking price. We're gonna stay in La Cresta. $5.5 million for this property on Sierra Maria. Now, what you're gonna see here is a lot of the value for this property was in the land. This was an 82 acre, really, I guess you could call this almost like an estate, an equestrian estate, 3,579 square foot home. You're gonna find that this home is a little bit older. It's not quite what the other home was as far as, you know, being brand new, but what you're gonna get here is just tons and tons of land. Obviously this was for someone that, you know, boards horses. A lot of the value is here in the land. The home itself, while it's still a very nice home, it's not gonna be quite what the home that was built in 2019 was. This is more of an equestrian estate, and you can see here that, you know, it's a big home, but it's an older home. The value here was really in the land. All right, we're gonna go over to one last sale in La Cresta, $4.1 million. Now again, keep in mind, for Murrieta and Temecula, $4 million home, that's a high priced home for Temecula. These are some of the highest sales in the area within the last year. So keep in mind, you know, this home in another area could be 10, 12, 15 million. But here in, you know, Marietta, Temecula area, you can get these insane homes for $3-4 million. You just can't find that anywhere else in Southern California. Let's take a look at this one. This one was built in 2017, 6,142 square feet. And if you look at the photos here, I mean, it's a beautiful home, absolutely gorgeous, almost brand new home. And this property sits on, let's see, almost 20 acres here. So 19 acres, just to give you an idea. You get a ton of land with this beautiful home for $4.1 million. You can see a lot of the interior, exquisite, every upgrade you could possibly think of. The one thing I am surprised at this price point that this home did not have is a pool. A lot of times if you get up to this $4 million mark in Marietta, Temecula area, it's almost expected that you're gonna have a pool. Normally, if you're at this price point, most of the homes I see are gonna have a pool that comes with the property. But you know, this is almost a brand new build. It's on 19 acres in some of the most highly sought after area up there by Santa Rosa Plateau, up in the La Cresta area. But this is what you can get, you know, $4.1 million. This home sold in 2 weeks, and just absolutely gorgeous. Now we're gonna go take a look at some of the homes that are currently for sale. So we're gonna head over to the Duluth area. So again, this is a little further south, $6.5 million. Now this home, again, this is something that is, in my opinion, the value of this home, you know, it's been on the market for a long time, but a lot of the value or perceived value is in the land here. This is 100 acres in Duluth. The home itself is nothing spectacular. It's a 2,627 square foot home up on the hill. I've seen this home in person. It's a gorgeous view. The view is absolutely incredible. But the home itself, while it's a very nice home, is definitely not something like some of the other homes we've been looking at that are around this price point. Again, a lot of this value is in the 100 acres that comes along with this property at a price point of $6.5 million. Been on the market a long time. We'll have to wait and see if it ends up selling, but that's one of the most expensive properties for sale right here in the Temecula area. We've got another home here for sale, $4.875 million, 17 acres. Now this is out in wine country. So again, this is another property that I would say a lot of the value is tied up in the land itself. The home is nothing fancy, but the value is really in all this equestrian land that they've got, all the stuff for boarding horses. This is really where the value lies. This property right here is in the heart of wine country, and again, values in the land. This property's been on the market for a little over 3 months. Again, almost 18 acres in the heart of wine country, but $4.8 million, almost $4.9 million, quite a hefty price tag there. Now we've got a pending sale. This is a big estate in wine country. It's got a price tag of $4.8 million. It is under contract. We'll see what it actually ends up selling for when it closes escrow. But this is a property that's almost been on the market for a year. We'll take a look at some of the photos here. Big, gorgeous home. But this home inside is a little bit in need of some updating. But it's got everything you could possibly think of as far as what you would want in an estate. It's got your own little golf course there. It's got a huge pond, a huge swimming pool in the backyard. And this home's coming in at 10,000 square feet. So quite the big home here. But if we're looking at some of the photos, you can see that if you were to purchase this home with that kind of money, you're probably going to want to do some interior renovations, because the home, at least in my opinion, is quite a bit outdated. But it is in escrow, and it's listed at a whopping $4.8 million. All right, now we're going to go over to older Marietta. You've got a property here that a lot of the value is more in the land. You've got 8.36 acres, $6 million home. This property's been on the market for 128 days. But you can see here a lot of the value is going to be in the grounds itself. Beautiful park-like setting here at this property. You can see it's got a ton of vegetation here. But again, the home itself may be a little underwhelming for $6 million, but a lot of the value is really in the land itself. Prime real estate here in Marietta. And the interior of the home is nice, but not as grandiose as some of the other homes that we've been looking at today. And for $6 million price point, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to make this, or if it's going to be at the price that it's going to need to be at for this property to move, but only time will tell. All right, well, those are some of Temecula and Murrieta's most expensive homes for sale, and homes that have sold over the last year. It's really incredible what you can get for the price in this area. Again, if you're looking for something, whether it's a 2-bedroom condo or a 10-bedroom estate, reach out to me. I'd love to help you out, love to show you around the area. All my information is below. Appreciate you hanging in there with me and watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.